exercises. We welcome you to stand as the Kingsmen and Regals quartets lead us in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we rushed were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Would you pray with me? Holy God, source of grace, our hearts are bursting with gratitude at this festival of accomplishment and celebration. You come to us and address us. Your words written in the view of nature's best, sung in the melodies of songbird and cathedral choir, felt in our hearts' joys, our hearts' aches, and our hearts' hopes. In the midst of our joy, we pray for all who stand in need of healing and care, for all whose hearts are heavy today. So we ask that as we celebrate, you would hold all of us in your abundant love. We thank you for this university, this place of scholarship where learning is fostered and relationships of meaning are formed, stretching us beyond the boundaries we keep, making us more than we imagine that we can be. Use each of us, and especially our graduates, as lights in the world. Equip them for the tasks that lie ahead as the world calls out, and they answer in readiness with lives of purpose and joy. Amen. Please remain standing as you are able for the hymn, Let All Things Now Living, which you will find printed towards the back of your program. our president, Chris Kimball.
Good morning. On behalf of the faculty and staff, the Convocation, and the Board of Regents of California Lutheran University, I'm very pleased to welcome you, our graduates, your families and friends, to Cal Lutheran's 50th annual commencement. Today is a very special day. We gather here to congratulate and celebrate you, the class of 2013. We congratulate you on your hard work, your determination, your commitment to reaching your academic goals. And we celebrate you because you are a class very worthy of celebration. You're made up of students from more than 20 countries around the world and more than 20 states across the U.S. You include published writers, talented musicians, all-American athletes. You've studied abroad on 6 continents. You've volunteered and served around the world and right here at home in the Conejo Valley. Many of you are the first in your family to graduate from college. And many of you have gotten here despite difficult challenges, such as holding down full-time jobs or struggling with serious illness or the loss of a parent or loved one, all while attending class and earning high grades. You have achieved much in your time here, and you leave today to do exceptional things. To begin your careers in your field of choice, to travel abroad, often to serve organizations such as the Peace Corps. Many of you will continue your graduate education at schools from USC and UCLA here in California, to Luther Seminary in Minnesota, to Johns Hopkins out on the East Coast, as well as overseas at Oxford. And we are delighted to report that many of you are staying at Cal Lutheran to complete teaching credentials or to start graduate programs here in the School of Management, the Graduate School of Education, or the Graduate School of Psychology. No matter where your next adventure takes you, please know that we are proud of each of you and proud of all that you have accomplished. And we know that your families and friends are proud of you too. More than 700 of you are graduating today. Not every one of the 700 could be here, however. Some have other commitments, work, family, travel, service. But I did want to note a couple who are absent today because they have been representing Cal Lutheran. The Kingsmen baseball team have been in Texas this week, taking part in the NCAA Regional Baseball Tournament. Eight of the players playing are happy they were playing, but have had to miss their graduation and can't be here with you, their classmates. So while they are disappointed not to be going on in the tournament, why don't we offer a loud cheer for Nick Bogan, Ronnie Burton, Nick DiLorenzo, Trevor Coons, John Leal, Kevin Leonard, Garrett Smith, and Mike Vineyard. Thank you. I know it means a lot to them. Celebrating your achievements today are many special guests, and they include members of our Board of Regents and Convocation. Those are the university's 2 official governing bodies. I would ask that the regents and convocators here please rise to be recognized, and most are in this tent off to this side. Let's thank and greet them. And when we talk about government, it's now appropriate to recognize this past year's student body president, Rebecca Cardone.
In the spirit of celebrating our 50th commencement, alumni, look around. This is your legacy. This campus, these graduates, our Cal Lutheran experience. We thank you for these opportunities, and we respond by adding a piece of our hearts to the infinite puzzle as well. Class of 2013, take a moment to think about your accomplishments, both tangible and learned. What is your legacy? What did you do while you were here? What will you do with what you've learned? This is more than adding Class of 2013 to a plaque for record class donations to the annual fund. As Cal Lutheran graduates, we have taken a journey of transformation committed to developing our community and our world. In fact, just like the annual fund, your life has touched the hearts of everyone here and everyone to come. You have had big accomplishments like breaking records, winning Olympic medals, publishing research, and organizing campus programming. But smaller, seemingly simpler, day-to-day acts are like the butterfly effect, where the wings of a butterfly can cause a hurricane on the other side of the world. We created a culture of compassion and conviviality within our own little microcosm of CLU. We grew up here, and we also grew together. Today may be the closest we have been and the closest we will be, but don't let geography destroy our community. Expand it. Take what you learned here and apply it wherever you go. Don't mock your talents and accomplishments within the limits of this campus, but employ them. Imagine what the world could look like and pursue it. Don't get bogged down by the process or logistics. Just keep moving forward, and eventually, those dreams become plans and progress. Thanks to phenomenal professors, faculty, and staff who have modeled the blending of theory and practice into their mentoring, we are now prepared to take what we've learned into the world and mobilize our passions into realities. Just as important as the curriculum, these mentors have taught us how to live with purpose, to act intentionally, and to be with meaning. They invested in us so we could invest in our own passions, and they helped us shine in a refined identity with global scope. Our identities will change, our passions will evolve. This process of becoming does not end. So it is important that we continue to reevaluate our identity and purpose. Do what you love, set goals beyond feasibility, and be the change. Our legacy at CLU is proof that we can do this. Like the flames of our sunburst and the arms of enormous Luther, I challenge the class of 2013 alumni to wrap around the world with the warm embrace of California Lutheran University hospitality. Our legacy depends on it.
Thank you, Rebecca. Well, as was noted earlier, this is a very historic commencement. You are the 50th class to join the CLU alumni family. Cal Lutheran has come a long way in just 5 decades, and you stand on the foundation built by those who came before you, and those who participate in this ceremony in the years ahead will benefit from what you have built. Now, the word commencement actually suggests the beginning, and so this ceremony is forward-looking as you commence living your purpose in your life and work as graduates. But we'd like to take a moment to reflect on commencement's past by watching this video on the 2 jumbotrons. his 50th commencement, then we should also take note of what it is that marks a Cal Lutheran graduate. There are two things that above all apply no matter what degree one gets and in what field. First, that you've been prepared to do excellent work at your company, at your school, no matter where your skills, knowledge, and wisdom take you. But it's also crucial that you be committed in your work and your life to helping others, to making the world a better place. There are many ways to do that, of course, but it is the connection of personal success with a commitment to giving back that we believe should be the distinguishing mark of all Cal Lutheran alumni. So today, we wanted as a speaker someone who has done just that. Received a degree from Cal Lutheran just as you are today, and then gone on to be very successful while always giving back. For these reasons, it's an honor and a joy, both professionally and personally, to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker, Karsten Lundring. Karsten was a member of what was then California Lutheran College's second graduating class in 1965. Following in his father's footsteps, he decided back in 7th grade that he wanted to be a general agent for Lutheran Brotherhood, a fraternal benefit company now known as Thrivent Financial for Lutherans. Actually, is it still that? The name change is still in the word for a while. He began working as a licensed agent when he was a freshman at CLU, now a co-managing partner for the company's Southwest region. He was inducted in 2012 into the General Agents and Managers Association Hall of Fame, one of the highest honors one can receive in the financial industry. A generous donor and enthusiastic supporter of Cal Lutheran, Karsten served on the Board of Regents for nearly 30 years, including 6 years as chair of the board. He has twice been honored as Outstanding Alumnus, and in 2005 he received the Christus Award for strengthening the bridge between the university and the church. His name and that of his wife Kirsten appear on buildings across campus, and there are other places that don't bear the Lundring name but were built with Lundring generosity. Karsten is a faithful attender at campus events, from choir concerts to football games. Those of you who attend the latter will know him as the Candy Man, throwing candy to the crowd each time the Kingsmen score. And given the offensive production of the team in the last few years, he's been giving out a lot of candy. I can think of no person who better embodies what it means to be a loyal Cal Lutheran alum, dedicated to doing well and to doing good. Please join me in welcoming Karsten Lundring.
Could it really be 50 years? You graduates are out there thinking, boy, that 4 years went fast. Well, guess what? They went slower than the next 46 are going to go. It's really hard to believe that 50 years have already gone by. And all those pictures that you saw on the Jumbotron, my wife and I have been to, I think, all of those that were shown, and most of them graduations since 1963, which was the very first one, and that first one had 4 graduates in its class. In 64, there were 76 in that class, so it really started growing. And we didn't have a facility like this to have our graduation ceremonies in either. By the way, do you want to see what a beautiful co-ed looks like 50 years after graduation? Beautiful and smart. She was a science major here at CLC then, but neither one of us feel very, very much older than we did then. But there's Kirsten sitting in the front row over there, 50 years later. But we came In 1961, when the school opened its doors, we were the first students, and as you heard, there weren't very many of us, but we were a tight-knit group. And at that time, we had 2 dormitories. They were the only new buildings on the campus, other than farm buildings that had been converted, and Peterson and Thompson. And those, they were the only 2 dorms. Peterson was for men, Thompson was for women, and or boys and girls, I think we were called then. But the courtyard of each had a different purpose. One was just kind of a gathering spot, and the courtyard of the other one was the chapel and the auditorium, set up chairs in the middle, and that was where we gathered and met. Later in that first year, we got something we really all got excited about. They rented a circus tent that then became our place for big events like talent shows. Those were the big events that we had then. And the academic buildings, all the rest of the buildings on campus, were 4 chicken coops. There's still one there, right? You know what they were like. So we had 4 of those, and they served as all the classrooms, all the faculty offices, the coffee shop, the cafeteria, the bookstore, the president's office, other admin offices, and then where the Spies-Bornemann Center for Education and Technology now sits, there was a small swimming pool. And that was the campus. Those chicken coops and the swimming pool and the 2 dormitories. So, and then there was the ranch house that then was the music department as it is now. But there were a number of things. We didn't have a gym. There was no Gilbert Fitness Center like here. There was no Swenson Behavioral Science Building. There was no Soyland Humanities Building. No Samuelson Chapel where we just had baccalaureate. No Neilsen Room. No Overton Hall. No Peters Hall. No Amundsen Science Center. No Bill Rowland Football Stadium and Art Gallery. No Frederickson Early Childhood Center. No Ullman Commons. No Palucci Studio as part of the radio station. In fact, I don't think radio was even invented. Maybe we had radio, but there wasn't much else. And as I've watched all of this happening over the years, a thought keeps rolling through my head. God is up to something here. What are the similarities in all those buildings I just mentioned? There are names of wonderful and generous people that care about each one of you walking across this stage today. And we thank them, have thanked them over the years and still do. And there are more to come. Some of you will be people who will be doing those things. But you know what we did have? We had the same thing that you had. The ability to choose good, lifelong friends with now similar experiences. I'm here to tell you that those stay as your closest personal friends. And one example is Kirsten and 20 other women who graduated together in the class of '64 started a Birdie, a round robin letter. And do you know what that is? It's kind of like a Facebook friends group, only with this, you mail actually a big package of 20 letters around, and each one takes out their old one and puts in a new one. That was the Facebook friends group. But they continue to this day. 50 years later, that letter, that big envelope keeps going around. And the people moved all over. 5 to 6 stayed in the Canal Valley, a couple are in Minnesota, some are in Montana, one is in Fiji, one lived in Spain for 25 years. You get the idea. No matter where you all go, you will have that connection that you started here at CLU. And I personally thoroughly enjoy getting to know you, living close to campus and being involved in some of the activities. It's great getting to know you because we now have things in common. And some of the highlights of my life are meeting some of you and getting to know you, and that friendship will continue. You know, I was thinking back when I was 23 and I had started in my business, a financial planning business, and I had been drafted into the Army. You probably don't even know what drafted means, do you? Anyway, Uncle Sam thought I ought to change jobs for a while, so he asked me to come into the Army. And I was planning on coming back into the financial services business. I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington in Tacoma, and there was a local meeting of financial planners that met there, and I went to hear that in preparation for getting out of the Army and back to my career. And there was a speaker named Hal Nutt, and he had an impact on my life, and he said that he wanted to give, in his talk, he said, I want to give my alma mater, which was the University of Indiana, I want to give my alma mater $1 million before I die. And he talked about how if he keeps that in mind and makes that the first thing that he works for, and if he meets that goal, he's going to do all right for himself and his family too. Well, that talk had an impact on me, and Kirsten and I talked about it, and we couldn't relate to the numbers. I was making $96 a month as a second lieutenant and had free housing, so on that basis, with that $97 a month, we decided that we were going to give $9 a month to, broken up between our church, $4.50 a month, and CLU, our alma mater, $4.50 a month. And that's where we started, and it was interesting to watch that over the time. We had $87 a month plus housing left, and we did fine. And it really actually felt good to do that. We did okay with what was left, and our interest in CLU grew and grew over the years, and I think because of our giving. And we cared about what happened here. We got more and more involved, and our goals started changing through the years as our income changed, and it wasn't only about money either. Kirsten and I both sang in the choir, which was beautiful at Baccalaureate, by the way, this morning, those of you here. And we sang in the choir, so we started an alumni, helped start an alumni singing group, and that continued. I was on student council and arranged trips to games and so on, and so we helped in starting a booster club. So there are lots of ways. I learned a lot about leadership here because of the size of our school and the opportunities that were put before us. And I use those skills in the Army, in my job, in the community, and then back here at CLU. And I kept thinking, God is up to something here. Well, I encourage you to do the same in looking at your activities here. Jump in. Do something extra. Go the extra mile. Volunteer to do something here to show your leadership. Who knows, there may be an alum there that has a position that they think you would fit into. I know in our situation, we have a group of 180 financial planners. We've got 23 of those are CLU alums, and we want more. We're still building, and we want some more of you. So you will meet those people at CLU events. As I was thinking about something profound that I could say to you that would be lasting and meaningful, I thought of another speech I heard. It was 40 years ago, March. And I remember because I was taking notes as I was taught to do in classes at CLU, and it's a good habit that I recommend all of you continue. This speaker affected the rest of my life and others that he has touched and that I have been able to pass on to. I'd love to pass this along to you. And then I thought, well, this is something that should be written down, and they're in their graduation outfits, and they don't have pen and paper. They aren't going to be able to do that. Duh. You don't use pen and paper anymore. You use your phones. Pull them out. Take your phones out and take this down. This is something that affected me, and I think can affect you. By the way, the speaker, I should have said BTW, I suppose. That same thing for those of you who are new to that. It was a well-known man named Steve Covey, who became famous after he was doing those speeches, and has written a number of books. One very famous one called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, phones ready? The most important statement that I heard and remembered and have used over the last 40 years is this: listen and read as if you plan to teach. Listen and read as if you plan to teach. In other words, think of the things that you hear and read, and think of how you can pass that on to someone else and have a positive impact on their lives. You will constantly hear things in every kind of a setting, wherever you are. And an example is last Sunday, Kirsten and I were in Charleston, South Carolina, and we went to church on Sunday morning there in a big downtown church, and the sermon was about being witnesses. And the pastor made a statement that I wrote down that said, "We are God's witnesses in this world. Act like it." And I thought, you know, that's an appropriate statement for all of us, for my life as I come back. For you as graduates, that certainly fits and serves well. In baccalaureate this morning, Pastor Melissa emphasized 3 words: remember, rekindle, and empower. 3 more words that you can take to heart and use. And Hannah sang a song in the choir that I've heard maybe 5 or 6 times this year or the last couple of years. Want to make a difference, want to make a change. All of those things can impact you if you think about them and then pass them on. One other talk that I want to refer to that I'd heard a number of years ago, it was called The 4 Secrets of Referability. And I think that in this kind of a setting, it could be said to be the 4 secrets of hireability, or the 4 secrets of promotion, or the 4 secrets of dependability, or of long-lasting relationships. It's just 4 things that can really have an impact on everything you do. So if you have your phones, this would be good to put these down too, by the way. Number 1 is be on time. It sounds pretty easy to some, it sounds really hard to others. It's not that hard. Be on time. Number 2, do what you say. Follow through. Do what you say you'll do. It's easy to make promises, and you'll find that out in your work. You've already found it out and lived it. And if you do what you say you'll do, then people will start having trust in you and want you to do other things. The third one is say please and thank you. Another easy one. But I think of it every time, and just an extreme example. When you're out to a restaurant and the bus person comes and picks up the plate, look at them in the face, look at their name tag, and say thank you. And if their name tag is there, use their name. Little things like that mean a lot and go a long way. Number 4 is finish what you start, which is what I need to do right now. But that's the 4th thing. Finish what you start. Practice those and make them habits. So, speaking of finishing, do you know what the shortest and most effective graduate talk ever given in history? At least that's what's on the internet, and you believe that stuff. And should in this case, I think. It was Winston Churchill many, many years ago, and he stood up, and his whole speech to the graduates was 5 words: never never, never give up. That was the whole talk. So I thank you. Put that phrase in your head, God is up to something here. That's a good one to remember. And you know what? Last night we had a Regents dinner, and I heard that there was betting going on as to whether I would throw candy during the talk. They were betting, and there were an equal number on each side. And I started thinking as I was sleeping last night, during the talk, okay, the talk is over, and so I'm going to see. Okay, I'm done, but you get some candy.
Thank you, Karsten, for your inspiring comments and for sharing your candy. It is my pleasure to introduce our undergraduate student speaker, Mark Banuelos. Mark is graduating with a bachelor's degree in marketing communication and is the first in his family to attend a four-year university directly out of high school. He has served as a resident assistant and played for CLU's Club Lacrosse Team. Please join me in welcoming Mark Banuelos.
All right, Mark. Woo!
Good morning, faculty, staff, family, friends, and, of course, my fellow members of the graduating class of 2013. Today is the day we as a class solidify our final step of our journey. Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not a life worth living." Usually, this is the time we reflect and examine our life up until now and consider the moments that made our college experience. But I'm here to tell you that there's no typical college experience. For each of us, arriving to this final destination of graduation has varied. Some have spent all 4 years at CLU, others transferred, while others finished early. Some became all too familiar with life inside a residence hall, while others the pacing of off-campus commuting. Some played sports representing our university, while others played intramurals. Whether you spent long nights in the library, cramming for a test the next day, or long nights with friends just talking in the halls, the experience we all share in common is our time at CLU. With the milestones such as this, we must remember who has supported us along our journey. Family, professors, mentors, and friends. You have been there for us in times of need, as a foundation we rely on, and as a pillar of strength to live up to. The sacrifices many of you have made have not gone unnoticed. The reason why we are here today is due to the guiding hand each and every one of you has reached out to show us the way when life makes it difficult to see the path. In the past 4 years, we have not only seen change here on campus and in our own lives, but we've witnessed history. We have witnessed the first Hispanic woman to become a U.S. Supreme Court Justice, and the power of the human spirit as people in this nation and across the world over persevere through major disasters. We witnessed the ending of an era as the final space shuttle landed at NASA's Kennedy Space Center, ending 30 years of manned missions, pushing the boundaries of discovery in the unknowns of space. Through these events and many more, we've not only witnessed, but have understood and learned their significance. We learned that change is a constant. Gandhi said, "Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever." Learning, to the dismay of some of my fellow classmates, does not end here. We will constantly be engaged in lifelong learning. It's what pushes the human race forward. Continue then, for the rest of your lives, to learn from all the world has to offer. CLU has expanded our view of the world and revealed to us the bigger picture. We have been taught not just knowledge in the classrooms, but lessons and skills that have helped mold us into the leaders that stand in front of me today. Steve Jobs had said, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. A dedicated faculty and student body of people who are passionate about the value and importance of change in the world has surrounded us since our first few days on this campus. We learn that if we intend to be leaders, that we must remember to serve others. For in serving, we realize the difference an individual can truly make. The knowledge we have acquired during our time at Cal Lutheran has helped prepare us for what will happen next. Today, we have earned our degree. We are ready for the world. There will be obstacles, and it won't be easy. There will be opportunities that will bring joy. So, class of 2013, I challenge you. Defy the status quo. Think differently. Live deliberately. Stay hungry. Stay foolish. Love simply, love deeply, and love often. One of my favorite poets is Walt Whitman. I'll leave you with this quote from him and a question. And the powerful play goes on, and you will contribute a verse. And so I ask you, what will your verse be? What will your verse be?
Good on, Mark. Woo!
Thank you, Mark. I am now happy to introduce our adult bachelor's degree program student speaker, Alan Kingsley Hart. Alan is graduating with a bachelor's degree in liberal studies. He has worked for the past 7 years in special education as an instructional aide and volunteers for the Ventura County Special Olympics and with the local level of the Miss America organization. Join me in welcoming Alan Kingsley Hart.
Good morning, President Kimball, Provost Neilsen, members of the Board of Regents, distinguished faculty and staff, family, friends, and to my fellow graduates. I am honored to be representing the Adult Degree Evening Program graduates, but just as much as I am honored, I am equally nervous because there's a lot of you here. So I apologize if I have to stop and take a breath because I am forgetting to breathe. I would like to start with a quote from Dr. Seuss. You can get help from teachers, but you are going to have to learn a lot by yourself, sitting alone in a room. There are countless people that we need to thank today, and Mark pointed out many of them. So I'll point out the professors from the ADEP program. But in fear of sounding like that actor at the Oscars who drones on and on before getting played off by the music, I'll just hit the big ones. Our families and professors have given us all these tools that, at the time, we didn't necessarily appreciate, but in all honesty, will more than likely come in handy down the line. So to them, I say thank you. But graduates, this random guy speaking at our commencement ceremony saying thank you to them just isn't enough. One day, we will actually use these tools that were given to us. And my challenge to you is to email your college professors and call your parents and families, and don't be afraid to tell them they were right, because more often than not, they were and you weren't. So, Dr. Reeves and Dr. Mack, don't get too excited about me graduating today. You haven't heard the last of me yet. Let me give you a little insight into why I call out these two professors. I've learned in my 2 years here at CLU that even if you study for 75 hours for Dr. Reeves' Civil War midterm, it will still only get you a C. A slight case of carpal tunnel, an eye twitch, and more knowledge about the Civil War than one could ever possibly use in daily life. Or that writing lesson plans for Dr. Mack will never get easier. Ever. He is one of those super nice professors that when he does correct you, it's enough to send any normal student into a self-induced guilt trip, let alone a perfectionist like myself, to reconsider his major in the last few terms of his senior year. But in all seriousness, we all owe our professors a huge thank you. Because without their wisdom and guidance, we wouldn't know those facts about the Civil War. Or how to write correct lesson plans. Or how we can push ourselves to the extreme outer limits of our educational boundaries and still be standing at the end of the day. And of course, we wouldn't be here without our loving families. They have sacrificed their time, money, energy, and phone bills to listen to us complain about our schedules, the cost of textbooks, our professors. Yes, faculty, we do talk to our parents about you, but I promise it's mostly good. But to my fellow graduates, while our families are secretly doing the happy dance behind us that we're done with college, we now have to make our own mistakes. We have to make stupid ones, big ones, small ones, and every other synonym for size ones. As Aaron Sorkin said in his 2012 commencement speech, "You are going to fall down, but the world doesn't care how many times you fall down, as long as it is one fewer the number of times you get back up." Those mistakes will teach us all a lesson, but we have to be open to the lessons, or else we will fall down again, and probably harder than the time before. But when you get back up, wear those cement kisses as badges of honor. Now, while I still have the ability to stand and make coherent sentences, I'll wrap up with these last few words. Graduates, go. Go make this world a better place. Make those insane, fabulous, and life-altering mistakes. Don't be ashamed of them. Don't forget to email your professors and call your parents to tell them they were right after all. And remember, even at the age of 22 or 92, we won't know everything after all. So, with a thankful heart and an overwhelming joy, I actually finished this speech without fainting. I'll leave you with one more quote from Dr. Seuss. So be your name Buxbaum or Bixby, or Breyer, Mordecai, Alley, Van Allen, O'Shea. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting. So, let's get on our way. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. President Kimball, the class of 2003 includes members who fulfilled graduation requirements at the close of the first semester, as well as those who have completed their degrees this spring. As indicated in the program, some members of the graduating class have qualified for the bachelor's degree with distinction, cum laude, some with great distinction, magna cum laude, and others still with highest distinction, summa cum laude. Graduates with these honors are identified by gold citation cords. The class of 2013 also includes graduates who have successfully participated in the University Honors Program. As noted in the program, these students will graduate with university honors, with departmental honors, or with highest honors. Graduates with these honors are identified by the drape-style medallion affixed to their gown. President Kimball, on behalf of the faculty, I am honored to present the class of 2013. Will the class please stand?
All right.
Thank you, Provost Neilsen. By virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the faculty and the Board of Regents of California Lutheran University, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science. May your lives confirm your sense of purpose as you go forth in the words of our mission statement as leaders for a global society who are strong in character and judgment, confident in your identity and vocation, and committed to service and justice. Please be seated. Oh, you'll get to come up in a minute. Beginning with the first row of graduates, will the undergraduate degree candidates please come forward under the direction of the marshals to receive your diplomas.
Leaving them this way to the back.
I agree.
Okay, now, yeah, great, give it a scroll. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, Thursday. No, we didn't Thursday. No, we didn't Thursday. We practiced. Go now? So I do it now, though.
Okay, now we're gonna go.
Mark Richard Banuelos.
All right.
Alan
Hey, Marky.
Charles Kingsley Hart.
Congratulations.
Rebecca Ann Cardone,
Woo.
magna cum laude
First
with
one.
highest honors.
Cody R. Price. Megan Adrian Everett.
Chad Lewis Kimmelshoe, cum laude. Jesse James McLean.
Gabriel Swerdlow. Matthew Charles Soto.
Lauren Rachel Moore. Ricardo Torres.
Jenny Louise Lopez. Silas Luke Juanje.
Noriyoshi Jonathan Omokawa. Jeff Marcos Moreno Valverde.
David Leland Lopez. Wayne King Lowe.
Imran Shirazi. Kaylee Samara Maya.
Lauren Elizabeth Lunn. Andrea Nemo Fixe, cum laude.
Hallie Morgan Salvage. Lacey Mora Goff, summa cum laude with highest honors.
Danielle Alyssa Granholm. Shannon Mary Began, cum laude.
Catherine Shannon Orkin. Ivy Wen, magna cum laude.
Hannah Marie Stewart. Orion Erica Gamelin.
Kelsey Alana Wellenreiter. Jerry Dwayne Austin Jr.
Dolly Mercedes Quintanilla. Samuel Chimeza Metu with departmental honors.
Gurpreet Suthan. Raphael E. Ignan Namonte.
Ryan R. Howe. Frankie Jones.
Bulin Williamson. Stephen Correa.
Anthony Andravna, cum laude. Ruben Ivan Hernandez.
Brandon Joseph Bishel. Maria Alejandra Gomez.
Kristen Marie Fols. Justin Michael Halsey Bateman.
Catherine Ann White, cum laude. Matthew Thomas O'Brien.
Annalisa Erickson, magna cum laude. Brock Edward Galbraith.
Mike Case. Taylor Patrick Joyce.
April Elizabeth Kenny. Natalie Grace Fisher.
Chad Daniel Gillespie. Anna Elia Perez.
Stephanie Kathleen Plaskoff. Lisa Marie Borgiali, cum laude.
Keenan Navarre Woods, summa cum laude. Matthew Terrell Hamlet.
Stephen James Wordle, cum laude. Tristan Keith Bear.
Pamela Ann Trimberger. Scott Richard Case.
Jeremy Scott Hanna.
Dylan Joseph Pariso with departmental honors.
Joseph Alexander Clarkson.
Joseph Forster IV.
Alexander Stephen Powell, cum laude.
Elizabeth Mackenzie McDonald, cum laude.
Sarah Elizabeth Liebig, magna cum laude.
Lauren DeVere Seba Chiapete.
Bryce Robert Burton.
Kelsey Lynn Schroggy with departmental honors.
Hunter Lloyd Horn.
Thelma Janeth Alvarez with departmental honors.
Blake Emery Carney.
Jose R. Garcia.
Matthew Mark Berg.
Emily Elizabeth Evenson.
Gregory John Giespers, summa cum laude.
Jake Teller Schumann.
Kyle Keone Eckhart.
Marilyn Renee Cortina.
William Robert Kennedy, magna cum laude with departmental honors.
John Stewart McKinney, cum laude.
Cheyenne Megan Taylor.
Alec Ryan Turner, cum laude.
Emily Louise Massid with departmental honors.
Corina Ojeda.
Kevin David Hayes, cum laude.
Jana Elizabeth Dale.
Emily Christine Caceres.
Jennifer Gabrielle De Martini.
Andrew John Garcia Penrose.
Melissa Suzanne Dahl.
Lauren L. Powers.
Danette M. Davis.
Joseph Martin Wood.
Raymond John Worley IV.
John Valer Buchanan.
Justin Aladino Puccinelli.
Joni Buss.
Lauren Marie Kennedy, magna cum laude with departmental honors.
Miriam Ali Shai, cum laude.
Taryn Elizabeth Thorderson, cum laude.
Gary Thomas Erland Jr.
Brittany Morgan Fisher.
Heidi Marie Shagoyan.
Alexa Ray Perea.
Maya Evangeline Wansberg.
Cassandra Nicole Walrath.
Kelsey Anna Maxine Leonard.
Brooke Linda Hershey, magna cum laude.
Brittany Ann Thompson, summa cum laude.
Nicholas Jose Bianchi.
Michelle H. Ann Coulter-Nava.
Gwendolyn Amy McConnell.
Courtney Ann Downing, magna cum laude.
Marina Nicole Gambardella.
Emily Kathleen Elhard.
Shauna Kathleen Varicki.
Jessica Jane Butension, magna cum laude with university honors.
Jocelyn Bram Bila.
Addison J. Money Sr.
Lauren Ann Bugby.
Thomas Silverwood Schofield III.
Karina Medina Villeja.
Eily Ilona Brida, summa cum laude with departmental honors.
Yesenia Sanchez.
Wyatt Lee Byers.
Katie Elena White.
Travis William Roth.
Vanessa Genevieve Bowie.
Derek Lindley Welsh.
Sarah Rose Williams.
Lauren Ashley Kubral.
Holly Lynn Sutton.
Nadia Vazir Zadeh.
Kelsey Patricia Batwinick.
Myra Magana.
Kelsey Ann Ross.
Marilena Vasquez.
James Thomas Deuce.
Marissa Brooks.
Melissa Diana Flores.
Nancy Lorena Contreras.
Tiffany Failing.
Daniela Dolores Ochoa.
Heather Lori House.
Latrice Andrea Bennett.
Marianne Elizabeth Jones Warren.
Jennifer Lee Larisi, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Lee Walsh.
Nancy Lee Mansell.
Casey Joanne Noble.
Jennifer Ann Kota Kelly.
Brittany Michelle Ruiz.
Felicia Samantha Russell, magna cum laude.
Kelsey Ann Gregg.
Amaka Akabog, cum laude.
Katrina Elizabeth Moody, magna cum laude with departmental honors.
Shannon Marie Cordes, summa cum laude.
Catherine Ann Glynn, magna cum laude with university honors.
Zachary David Zabo, summa cum laude.
Alexander Riley Roth, magna cum laude.
Nathan David Chambers, cum laude.
Danielle D. Foster, summa cum laude.
Shannon Hilton with departmental honors.
Kelly Marie Jensen, cum laude.
Ashley Ann Hicks.
Jerry Elise Jensen, magna cum laude.
Haley Lynn Jones.
Drake Martin.
Heather Lauren Ford, magna cum laude with departmental honors.
Jen Zimmerman.
Leanne Marie Blackwell, cum laude.
Natasha Tribunovich.
Stephanie Marie Seward, magna cum laude.
Alexis Teresa Molina.
Rachel Beth Shimanovsky.
William Jeffrey Motto.
Antonella Pina Puglisi, summa cum laude.
Jennifer Renee Goodyear.
Marie Juliana Orachov.
Luis Segura.
Morgan Jeffrey Taylor Fippinger, cum laude.
James Avery Wilder.
Ethan Scott Miller.
Nikki Fay.
Matthew David Pino.
Tyler Scott Rankin, cum laude.
Matthew Joseph Aiken.
Cody Kowalczyk.
Katie Lee Higby.
Kristen Colleen Williams, cum laude.
Tiffany Brienne Pagano.
Chelsea Fletcher.
Maya Alexandra Kyle.
Jerry-Ann Morgan Lines, summa cum laude with highest honors.
Joanna Bella Edmonds.
Elizabeth Francis Leffler.
Carrie Danielle Porter.
Ellen.
Chelsea Marie Peterson.
John J. Hollis.
Ellen Shakarian.
Elaine S. Harris.
Pauline Catherine Cruz.
Joshua Lopez Jr.
Nickleby Robin Atala.
Joseph Christopher Crump.
Devin Michelle Hoffer.
Rachel Lynn Smith.
Jenna Ann Potosia.
Leslie M. Smith.
Ashley Renee Orozco.
Channing Michelle Fleischman.
Laurel Taryn Yetter.
Alexandria Elizabeth Nelson.
Neil Stephen Sampson.
Taylor Nicole Autry.
David Allen Losey.
Rachel Nicole Hagee.
Anne Louise Zanussi.
Nika Elaine Marin, summa cum laude.
Brittany Ann Johnson, cum laude.
Kirsten Ann Hilbert.
Alexis Michelle Fawn.
Nicole Kathleen Rains.
Leah Ann Griffith, magna cum laude.
Christopher John Hawthorne.
Jamie Gray Morris, magna cum laude with university honors.
Laura Kathleen Drenth.
Lindsay Marie Tarango.
Courtney Lynn Jordan, magna cum laude with university honors.
Jose Ruben Exosa.
Charles William Adams.
Jacob Jack Dahlstrom.
Anne Griffin.
Yvette Betancourt.
Melinda Jean Stern, cum laude.
Courtney Christine Moran.
Diane Lynn Castruita.
Chloe Elizabeth Golombeski.
Jenna Yoshie Nakamura.
Chelsea Rose Killen, magna cum laude with departmental honors.
Anna Laura Gill.
Amanda Catherine Arroyo.
Lorena Ramos, cum laude with highest honors.
Nalini Kumar, magna cum laude.
Elisa Rebecca Kwan, magna cum laude with university honors.
Sylvia Oninger, summa cum laude.
Matthew David McLean, cum laude.
Diana L. Fielding.
Lindsay Marie Falks.
Catherine Michelle Jones.
Amelia Juanita Daniels.
Molly Elizabeth Oakland, cum laude.
Jennifer Cabrera Molina.
Julia Rose Lowen, magna cum laude.
Brooke Elizabeth Michaels.
Madison McElhaney.
Dakota Morgan Dalmas.
Raul Yepes.
Gabriela D. Mate.
Myra Adriana Virgen.
Andrew Stephen Domansky, magna cum laude.
Eurydice Bernice Velasco.
Jordan Wee Lee.
Jessica Alejandra Eldrete.
Robert Kenneth Springer, summa cum laude.
Margarita Amaya Lira.
Allison Elizabeth Crocker.
Deshelle Harris.
Amanda Lee Chiol, cum laude.
Christine Marie Waring.
Eric Edwin Groth, cum laude.
Ji Zhang.
Juan David Avellaneda.
Kyle Matthew Burke.
Matthew Allen McVicker.
David Michael Gorospi, cum laude.
Kellen Andrew Misaki.
Susanna Elizabeth Ruth, cum laude.
Matthew James Schuberg.
Melanie Ann Stein.
Catherine Rose Sullivan with departmental honors.
Mitchell Brady Burris.
Chloe Noel Vieira, magna cum laude with highest honors.
Joshua Ryan Appel, cum laude with departmental honors.
Nina Bella Kuzniak, cum laude with university honors.
Matthew Ryan Zavala.
Jessica Jean Marie Pruitt.
Beatrice Angela Kowalski with departmental honors.
Jacqueline Whitehead, cum laude with highest honors.
Ryan Alexandru Martyr with departmental honors.
Kirsten Elise Larson, magna cum laude with highest honors.
Brent William Rensenberg.
Mary Alice Marston, magna cum laude with university honors.
Allison Ann Rakin.
Alethea M. Alvarado.
Lee Taylor Watson.
Jesse Lee Morris.
Courtney Lee Wells.
Patricia M. Bowen.
Sarah Ashley Schmachtenberger.
Jelena Marie Correa.
Madison Victoria Lee.
Allison Marie Dorsey, magna cum laude.
Jamie Lynn Purcell.
Brianna Pasella Gable.
Chitra Patel.
Brandon Ian Callan.
Judson L. Southwell.
Kelsey Jean Gores.
Michael Thomas Honeyman.
Laura Kelsey Hernandez.
Frank Joseph Hahn II, cum laude.
Christopher George Carr Jr., magna cum laude.
Benjamin Davis Sailyard.
Erin Elizabeth Hickey, magna cum laude.
Russell Miller, cum laude.
Lina Polikaitis, cum laude.
Noah Veneration, magna cum laude.
Karina Elizabeth Chicos, cum laude.
Alice Walsh, magna cum laude.
Melissa Torres.
Dana Powell.
Felicia Rochelle Castro, cum laude.
Andrew D. Good.
Emmanuel Jesus Altreras.
Ryan Robert DeLate.
Kelly A. Harmon.
Sirar Sammy Al-Kuwaiti.
Jennifer Dawn Mead.
Chanel Helen Casis.
Crystal Noel Evans.
Ryan Michael Searcy.
Courtney Marie Collins.
Laura Kerrigan, cum laude.
Molly Helene Adams.
Kate Frances Plunsey Steinlegger.
Kendall Christine Larson.
Thomas Peter Bukowicz, magna cum laude.
Jessica Marie Plowden.
Deanna Marie Leslie, cum laude.
Andrea Noel Furrow Shepherd with departmental honors.
Michael Joseph McCaughey, Jr.
Jessica Ann Reed, magna cum laude with university honors.
Melissa Erin Feely, cum laude.
Jacqueline Ann Russell.
Melanie Rose DeGate.
Jessica Bernice Jimenez, cum laude.
Courtney Sarah Cheyenne Fazili.
Rochelle Leanne Torres, magna cum laude.
Lauren Tomiko King.
Lizette Montelongo.
Jason Lim.
Rosalinda Bravo, magna cum laude.
Christina Elaine Chackle.
James Charles Pfeiffer.
Rachel Lynn Chavez, cum laude.
Noemi Tomasetti.
Stephen John Oster.
Rachel Marie Trumbauer.
Sean Raymond Olson.
Jillian Barron Hinton.
Elijah Markwell Winton.
Tiffany Mindele Bascu.
Matthew Huangdao Nguyen, cum laude.
Carly Vivian Moses, cum laude.
Kimberly Florence Hurdlebrink.
Tessa Lynn Pate.
Adrian Pascual Mendoza.
Brittany Alexandra Labe.
Tyler J. Mallard.
Lacey Ray Foss.
Kristen Michelle Zamansky.
Brina Tian Clark.
Nicole Morse.
Shannon Danae Tinsley.
Zoya Ginsberg.
Julio Eduardo Diaz.
Courtney Ann Birch.
Kevin Vu Wen.
Sally Roke.
Jared Lauren Jackson.
Robert Lee Johnson, cum laude.
Shannon Noel Pearson, cum laude.
Michael Bonilla.
Kylie Marie Francis, magna cum laude.
Catherine K. Holt.
Michelle Andrea Ratcliffe, magna cum laude.
Alyssa Jean Peters.
Allison Maureen Millward, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Lorena Ike, cum laude.
Jacqueline Ann Doucette.
Eric Michael Hansen, magna cum laude.
Carissa Nicole Sherrill.
Brennan Richmond Whitmore.
Imagine Marie Vincent.
Rina Joseph Toma.
Garrett Robert Gonzalez.
Ryan Michael McAllister with departmental honors.
Dean E. Eister, cum laude.
Connor Allen Rothy.
Robert Grant Ambrose.
Lauren Ashton Jurek.
Caitlin Elizabeth Jensen, magna cum laude.
Austin Michael Garcia, summa cum laude with highest honors.
Kelly Ann Campa, magna cum laude.
Spencer Lewis Went.
Karina Marty Maloney.
Christopher John Benson.
Camille Allison Black.
Jonathan Alexander Diaz.
Cecily Yun Coco.
Alexander Takuro Machi.
Aurelie Liliana Rivera Rojas.
Adam James Neely.
Sydney Lauren Acevedo.
Elizabeth Julia Suck Beeson.
Silvana Desiree Good.
Shelley Tavitian.
Trevor Chad Milford, magna cum laude.
Teresa Krant, magna cum laude.
David James Reeves, magna cum laude with university honors.
Benjamin Michael Grastite.
Justine Catherine Duke, cum laude.
Sean Marlowe Trent, cum laude.
Juliana Elise Gilpin.
Kaylin Joy Colgrove.
Jacqueline Nicole Abramson.
Christopher Michael Anderson, magna cum laude.
Wyatt Andrew Gates.
Evan Andrew Press, summa cum laude.
Carly Brooke Schroeder.
Andrew Devin Gonzalez.
Michael Moore Leipzig.
Caitlin Elaine Martin, cum laude.
John Michael Husted.
Jose Refugio Bravo.
Brittany Taylor Thesman.
Matthew George Riley.
Garrett Truman Meadows.
Ryan Person.
Stephanie Masuzu Werhan.
Patrick Paul Bennett.
Alyssa Kate Salinas.
Robert Michael Galletley.
Julia Elizabeth Kemp.
Sarah Marie Pressy, cum laude.
Chelsea Noel Pappas.
Judith Claire Newland, summa cum laude with university honors.
Lindsay Ann Ellers.
Joelle Georgieff, magna cum laude.
Amanda Louise Odette Griffin.
Elmira Tadion, magna cum laude.
Brittany Ann Zamora.
Zachary Jonathan Dorino.
Brian Matthew Dwyer.
Ashley Elizabeth Adele Zanter, magna cum laude.
Michael Joel Spitzelberger.
Leanna Alicia Garcia.
Daniel Dean Smiley.
Juliana Marie May.
Michael Gregory Niss.
Colin Wesley Maynard.
Michael Gerard Austin cum laude.
Matthew David Brogy.
Tyler Aaron Kim.
Robert Walter Trio, summa cum laude.
Louise Angel Ordaz cum laude.
Shannon Elizabeth Streeter.
Kyle Jacob Steffen.
Brenda Araceli Gallardo.
Stephen Joseph Orth.
Bailey Madison Ford.
Brian Robert Bodette.
Jessica Ann Jacobson, cum laude.
Andrew Stephen Byers.
Lindsay Lee Bowden, cum laude.
Lauren Elizabeth Rasmussen, cum laude.
Alexis Marlena Sorensen, cum laude.
Kaylin Elizabeth Garcia, magna cum laude.
Paige Kathleen Crawford, cum laude.
James Roy McGowan.
Christina Rochelle Johnson.
Alicia K. Arutea.
Natalie Renee Archer, cum laude.
Kevin David Wheelock.
Casey James Adams.
Michael Dennis Evans.
Jordan Kelly Parrott, cum laude.
Lothar Manfred Stitch.
Veba S. Hebal.
Caroline Inyanea.
Elon Reese Goldman.
Isaac Mendel Berlin.
Dakota Roland Fogg, magna cum laude with university honors.
Trisha Janine Buchanan.
Sean Robert Miller, cum laude.
Bexy Adalia Gomez.
Ivy Rose Emmons.
Vanessa Placencia.
Catherine Ellen Kirschner.
Taryn Elizabeth Williams with departmental honors.
Rosaibal Christina Medina.
Rola Khaldun Hawatme with departmental honors.
Selene Manzo.
Marissa Rainise Wells Ellis.
Lizette Lomeli.
Nabil Torres Perez.
Annika Maria Salazar.
Jane Galuzzi.
Erika Medina.
Elise Karen Clapp.
Ariana Denise Ariola.
Kristen Elizabeth Cameron.
Jonathan Francisco Elton Lauterbach.
Kirsten Ashley DePippo.
Joseph Kwong David.
Sinead Mary Vaughn.
Andrea Cruz.
Dion Nivakovich.
Roy Ernesto Diaz.
Daniel Lawrence Mock.
Anibal Enrique Zaragoza.
Janelle Ann Rubin.
Nicholas Luigi Jacobs.
Brendan John Donahue.
Inez Estrada.
Christopher Michael Johnston. Megan Lynn Trulio.
Alexander Daniel Hacker.
Genevieve Elaine Santiago.
Zoe Robin Elterman.
Ross Rude Heber.
Trevor Ka'aku Hai K.K.O. Owens.
Barbara Ann Brand.
Carter Wilson Baldwin.
Brittany Christine McGinley, cum laude.
Kirby Makana Ahi.
Ashley Ray McDonald Thompson.
Megan Renee Moore.
Giovanna Grace Pieri, cum laude.
Brooke Nicole Hubbard.
Lauren Ashley Toohey.
Jonathan Paul Perret.
Rebecca Marie Schubert, cum laude.
Carrie Megan Horney.
Erin Christina McQuilkin.
Jennifer Ann Campbell, cum laude.
Jolynn Holly Zub.
Carly Christine Bullier, magna cum laude.
Nicole Lauren Tracy, summa cum laude.
Brooke Paige Scott.
Erin Marie Hedrick, magna cum laude with university honors.
Brianna Patrice Heron.
Andrew E. DeGote, cum laude.
Patrick V. Knox.
Catherine Naomi Musselman, cum laude.
Eric Stephen Boyer.
Alyssa Faith James, magna cum laude.
Lauren D. Rote.
Madison Rose Party.
Danielle Jackson McGallan.
Brian Mackenzie Camarillo.
Ingvild Torp Peterson.
Scott James Turner.
Han Tai Mai Tran, cum laude.
Marcel Erica Brothers.
Emily Sophie McDonald.
Hector Alexander Salavarieta.
Maya Olina Stoiva Vic.
Brittany Elise Simpson.
Iselin Andrea K. Odemark.
Mary Claire McDonald.
Pia Gudmundsson.
Victoria Annette Vigil, cum laude.
Christine Strand.
Cody Stephen Miller, magna cum laude.
Jesper Cato Vic, cum laude.
Christopher Joseph Court.
Hassan Isa.
Sarah Debai.
Christopher Ramstad.
Brooke Lynn Elder.
Alicia Christian Strait.
Adam Francis Hayes.
Tyler John Grant.
Gregory Carl Birch.
Kevin Tyler Parr, summa cum laude.
Eric Dion Rogers.
Christopher G. Wall.
Adam Charles Trevish.
Martin Gerardo Gonzalez, cum laude.
Brandon John Roundtree.
Anna Christina Rios.
Alexander Gunther Holmes.
Rebecca Van Fleet.
Rafael William Padilla.
Christy Michelle Ramos.
Ashley Rachel Parrish, cum laude.
Brian Andrew Mixon.
Michael Anthony Marusa.
Dirk Christian Onink.
Zachary Davis Schultes.
Christopher Scott Holm.
Daniel Eric Valdez.
Amanda Marie Flanagan.
Laura Jean Brennan.
Cassandra Rose Musburger.
Austin James Trentini.
Ryan Spencer Decker.
Timothy Vernon Cozine, Jr.
Christopher Iodella Fallodoon.
Derek Paul Martinez.
Demetric Marvin Chambers.
Andrew Dean Anderson with departmental honors.
Joshua Valdez Bell.
James Robert Emma.
Erica Janelle Whitley.
Brian J. Scott.
Alexander Fraser Park.
Zachary Ryan Flagg.
Joshua Wesley Miller, magna cum laude.
Caius Darius Redu.
Okay. Good job, guys. Sorry about that.
It's one big class. Congratulations, Mark. Good job.
It is my pleasure to present the president of the California Lutheran University Alumni Association, Ms. Connie Stewart, a three-time graduate of Cal Lutheran in the classes of 1998, 99, and 2003.
Thank you very much. Good morning. The significance of commencement exercises is a time-honored tradition that is celebrated around the globe and extends back hundreds of years. Here at California Lutheran University, you are following in the footsteps of 5 decades of graduates who moved on from us with a purpose. Some of them had that sense of purpose when they arrived. Some might have come looking for it. But we all hope and work with the goal that everyone who comes through this institution, no matter what your major, no matter what your goals, leaves us with an understanding that what you do next matters a great deal. What we all do next matters a great deal. Life really does call to you to live it the best you can. For you individually, today represents an important life marker along your journey, one that reflects your intellect, determination, and character. Institutions like this one are here so that people like you can come together to meet, to talk, to compare notes, to help each other as we all go on our way. The degree you are receiving today is from a remarkable place. And as you are moving on from this program, I want to assure you that you are not leaving this institution behind. Instead, you are joining a dynamic network of over 23,000 individuals who care about CLU and the students who emerge from here as leaders. While receiving your degree is a monumental milestone, I hope that each of you realize that the blessing of a degree from CLU goes far beyond graduation. As you continue along your personal journey, I encourage you to proactively remain involved at CLU through the Alumni Association. Whether it's leveraging career services resources, connecting with fellow alumni through Facebook or other social media tools, or browsing our award-winning CLU magazine. The resources available to our alumni can prove valuable in keeping you connected to the university and advancing in your field. We look forward to warmly welcoming you home each time you return to campus. I'd like to invite those seniors wearing purple and gold tassels to please stand. This year, the class of 2013 was given a challenge to beat last year's graduating class by raising the biggest class gift to date. The graduates you see standing before you not only met that challenge, but surpassed it by $2,500, raising over $9,000 to support the CLU Annual Fund. Everyone standing today is wearing a purple and gold tassel instead of the traditional black tassel. These tassels were given to student supporters to thank them for their support of the annual fund. These tassels symbolize the graduates' class pride and commitment to the university. Congratulations on a job well done, class of 2013. You may be seated. I would also like to acknowledge the parents in the audience who were wearing stickers with a purple and gold tassel on them, who have also given to this year's annual fund campaign. Please join me in a round of thankful applause for all our CLU supporters today, and especially for the class of 2013. You have honored California Lutheran University with your accomplishments as students, and on behalf of all CLU alumni, I want each of you to know that we are confident that you will continue to honor the principles of our university. With great pride, I hereby induct each of you into the CLU Alumni Association and wish you much success in the future. In 1991, the graduating class donated a brass bell to the university, and with that gift, a tradition was born. As first-year CLU students, many of you may remember ringing the bell as you entered opening convocation, one of your very first days on campus. Now, as exiting seniors, we invite you to ring it at the close of your years with us. The bell will be placed in Kingsman Park immediately after the ceremony. Please ring it as one of your first acts as our esteemed alumni. You may now stand. Graduates, it is now my pleasure to invite you to move your tassels from the right to the left side of your cap.
Yeah.
Congratulations and welcome to the alumni community. You may now be seated.
All right, congratulations. Marky.
Graduates, we now come to the conclusion of what has been a special morning in your lives and in the life of California Lutheran University. We remember and thank those who've gone before you, the alumni who for the last 50+ years have embraced and embodied Cal Lutheran's mission by living as educated global citizens, by being innovative and compassionate, and by having a vision for what this university could become. And you, the class of 2013, are certainly a very worthy addition to their ranks and demonstrate that their visions and dreams have come true. I thank you for selecting Cal Lutheran and wish you long, prosperous, and meaningful lives as citizens of the world. We here at the university look forward to seeing what you will accomplish in the years ahead as you set and raise the bar for those who come after you. Congratulations.
All right.
There are many special members of the Cal Lutheran community here today, but I think none are more important than your parents and other family members, spouses, children, and friends who have supported you throughout your educational journey. So graduates, I think now is a time for you to look around in the seats, or if they're watching on television, look at the camera and give your family and friends a well-deserved round of applause and appreciation.
Right on, Richard, Marianne. Beautiful job.
Here we go, the usual one. Graduates. Oh, there I go again. I keep saying the wrong thing. Alumni. Alumni, on behalf of the faculty, the Convocation, and the Board of Regents, we wish you well. Travel safely as you go forward, and may God bless you always.
God bless.
Please stand for our final benediction and the singing of the alma mater. As you came in through the rotunda today, signs alerted you to the following phrase: the world is calling you. God's world is calling out to you. God's world is calling you out. God has blessed you with certain gifts, attitudes, attributes, and skills. But God is not just in the business of passing out great gifts. God is in the business of inviting you to use those gifts for the good of the world. Jesus makes this quite clear and quite missional. Clothe the naked, feed the hungry, release the prisoners from their bondage, trade places with the person at the back of the line, leave the found, go find the lost. Do this day in and day out. Do so knowing that God is with you, beside you, within you, on your lips, in your heart, on your hands, on whichever path you choose to travel. Go now, blessed by the name of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. Praise the Lord. The Lord is worthy of all praise.
Guests, you may be seated. Following the recessional, you're invited to meet your graduates over the bridge in Kingman Park. Please join me in congratulating this class of 2013.
Woo! All right, Marky. Yeah. Happy days. Congratulations, Marks. Good job, buddy.
And he will feel like he's been there for hours, and you can tell that he'll be there for life. Daydream. tell